Cities are in rest as escalating tensions among protesters and federal agents continue throughout the country. Many are gathering for protests, vigils, and to voice their opposition to the Trump administration.
Plus, from the gridiron to the halftime in Santa Clara, Super Bowl 60 gave us unforgettable moments, a dominant defense, an NFL performance for the history books, and a storybook ending for a quarterback who's defied the odds. We'll have a Super Bowl recap coming up. I'm Birchard Allen.
And I'm Arianna Spruille.
All that and so much more on Rambler Roundup.
Weekly protests have been held condemning the actions of ICE agents. Reporter Aaliyah Solano is live in the newsroom with the latest developments. What was it like? What did you see at the protests this past week?
It was powerful. Seeing all kinds of people come together for a common purpose was truly moving.
Get yourselves a real job!
Saturday marked the 1-month death anniversary of Renee Good, who was shot by federal agents in Minneapolis. To memorialize her, Illinois residents gathered at Daley Plaza on 50 West Washington Street to protest the insertion of ICE within the U.S.
We have to organize even at a higher level than what we've been doing now, and we have to get in the streets to protect our brothers and sisters and to protect our lives.
All power to the people! All power to the people!
An increase in violence between Americans and ICE agents has fueled residents to continue to demand their quick removal. Leah Stevens, a socialist alternative, is optimistic regarding future plans as more organizations join the fight.
Since this has all started happening, now labor leaders like Sarah Nelson, who's the president of the Flight Attendants Union, amongst other left labor leaders, they've called for a nationwide general strike on May Day, which is a massive development. The U.S. has never seen a national general strike, and I think this is exactly what needs to happen. We need to have unions prepared in every city, but non-union workers also for mass strike action, student walkouts in a coordinated way. So if they set a date, I think that's really exciting, and now we need to actively build for it. We need everyone involved.
I'm Aaliyah Solano for Rambler Roundup.
Content creators and users alike are worried following Oracle's majority stake purchase of TikTok's U.S. operations. Concerns began after users were asked to accept a new set of agreements, leading to changes to their algorithms, including account succession and video malfunctions. Marcos Rivera, a film critic who has amassed 2.3 million likes on the platform, is considering deleting the app.
I'm very concerned. My videos have been performing as well as they used to. My For You page isn't working. Yeah, I'm deciding to move to other apps.
From mixing and mingling to showcasing various talents, Loyal's Black Student Union is kicking off Black History Month with various events. Students gathered in Damon NPR for Black Voices Uninterrupted, their annual talent showcase, and held an advocacy night designed to give back to their communities.
Advocacy Night is something new that Black Student Union is doing. It's an event that I created because I think it's very important to get back to the roots of Black student unions, what they're supposed to do for their community, and they're supposed to be educators, advocates, service workers for their community. So just getting back to those roots and teaching people how not only to be advocates for themselves, but the community as well.
Celebrations end February 27th with the annual donation gala, the Ebony Ball, where this year's theme showcases the Black Renaissance to support community partners for those in attendance. Hygiene products are recommended for donations. From uplifting voices to uniting the community, there's still time to be a part of the celebration.
That's right, mark your calendars, pick out your best Renaissance outfit, and we hope to see you there. We'll be right back after this message.
I got no pulse, so losing.
Charging. He's in vaping.
Shocking. Is it road all the time? Just had a few drinks. Just can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear. We just buzzed. Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. You'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really? No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shocking.
A new Loyola attendance policy has been in effect since the start of the spring 2026 semester. The policy excuses absences for jury duty, military obligations, religious observances, Division I athletics, legally mandated accommodations, and state or national pandemics. However, the policy does not excuse absences for illness, family emergencies, mental health issues, or weather-related situations. This has raised concern among many students, impacting both attendance and academic success. Compounding these concerns are ongoing issues with the school shuttle, which students report have been running late or inconsistent. As a result, some students arrive late to class through no fault of their own and worry about how these delays are being counted under the new policy. Since the start of this cold winter semester, with temperatures dropping as low as -11 degrees, some on-campus and commuter students have had no choice but to miss class. Students worry about these absences may affect their grades and whether the policy is being enforced consistently across classes.
Pope Leo announced on January 10th until January of next year as the year of St. Francis. This marks the 800th anniversary of St. Francis of Assisi, illustrating God's mercy works throughout history. And with Lent around the corner, reporter Marissa Wilson has everything you need to know. Marissa, how are you preparing for Lent? Anything you're planning on giving up?
I'm giving up Ubering to class every day, once it gets warm.
Lent begins February 18th for Ash Wednesday. And here at Loyola, there are plenty of festivities planned to make sure your Lenten season gets off to a good start.
The Lakeshore campus, the activity primarily centers out of Madonna della Strada, which will have things from 7:30 in the morning to our last event at 9 p.m. at night. And then the same thing as you go through the semester or you go through the season, each campus really hones in on what they offer based on their community that's there.
Lent is observed by Christians and Catholics, and they will take 40 days to give up a bad habit or take up a good one in remembrance of the period of 40 days that Jesus spent fasting in the desert.
I'm gonna try to be up at 6 every morning because I feel like that's like, I wake up in the morning and my mind's the freshest, and that's when like prayer and like a Bible study would be like the best. There's a lot of like community in that, like when you know you're all like committing to this together, keeping each other accountable.
If you haven't yet decided what you're going to give up for Lent, don't let that discourage you.
I encourage people, if they haven't experienced Lent on campus, to give it a try, because I think it's very special what we do here at Loyola.
Reporting on religion, this is Marissa Wilson.
Thanks, Marissa. Lots happening with Lent right upon us.
Definitely. I'm planning on attempting to give up doom scrolling and unnecessary spending.
Yeah, I'm probably going to give up TikTok too. Probably going to try and substitute that with a book. Too much scrolling at nighttime for me. We'll be right back after the break.
The mission of Aaron's Farm is to rescue animals and educate through their stories. Now, we want to reach as many kids as we can through the animal stories, through their friendships, to show that they're like us. Back to when I was a kid, I was obsessed with animals and would have died to be taken to a show like this.
Take a look at him. First of all, you'll notice that he's got sharp claws because he's climbing up on me and they're so sharp.
I think this farm is different from other educational farms or places around because we're not like a petting zoo. It's a hands-on science class, which you're not getting in a petting zoo type environment. My dream was to work with children and animals, and I was able to make that dream come true. And I want that for all these kids. I want their dreams to come true too.
Aaron's Farm. Rescue, sanctuary, advocacy. To find out more about Aaron's Farm and how to schedule a visit, go to aaronsfarm.net or connect on Facebook at Aaron's Farm 1.
With Super Bowl 60 behind us, Joe Mangold is here with all the highlights from the big game.
Last weekend, Super Bowl 60 took place where the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots went head-to-head. Seahawks fans across Chicago had mixed emotions about the game. Jeff Lieberman, a longtime Seahawk fan, had this to say before the match.
I'm pretty excited that the Hawks are in the Super Bowl again and looking forward to watching the game and hopefully playing as well as we have the whole last half of the season.
Loyola student Griffin Owens also had some comments on the Seattle Seahawks' big win against the Patriots.
Well, that was a pretty dominant performance, not like back in 2013, but I wasn't as nervous as I was the year after that, of course.
Both fans got their happy ending as the Seahawks defense put up an incredible display and won the game 29-13, claiming the Lombardi Trophy for themselves.
Thanks, Joe. I thought last year's performance was the best it could get, but with Bad Bunny's performance sparking national conversations about what it means to be American, next year's performance will have some big shoes to fill. A lot has happened this year, and it's only the beginning of February.
Seriously, thankfully the weather is starting to cooperate a little bit. Good luck to everyone as we close out winter and near the midterm mark of this semester.
And that wraps up this week's edition of Rambler Roundup.
To stay up to date with us, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Rambler Roundup.
I'm Arianna Spruille.
And I'm Birchard Allen. We'll see you next time.
Good job.
Yay!
So you go with this night job at loosen up.
Ad-libbing was a little better there.
That was really good. Good job, guys. Amazing job, guys.
I just hate that I somehow said Rambler Roundup.
Love it.